Hello, I'm Mrs. Cope and I'm going to talk to you using this PowerPoint all about the math sats for 2022. So this is just a PowerPoint going through some information for parents to let you know what's going to happen in May for the sats. What we're going to talk about during this PowerPoint is when the sats are, why your children have to do them, how we've been preparing your child, how your child's experience, what your child's experience is going to be like during SATS week, what do the assessments look like, and how you could possibly help at home, as well as at the end just showing you some examples of the types of questions that are going to come up on the different papers. So the SATs are going to begin on the 9th of May, that's on Monday. And the maths assessments will be on the Wednesday and the Thursday morning. English assessments are going to be on Monday and Tuesday. So why do children actually do SATs in the first place? All pupils in the UK are eligible to sit their Key Stage 2 SATs, and this is a directive by the Department for Education. So we don't have a choice. We have to put your child into these national assessments. They are a measure of school performance, but they're also used as a GCSE predictor for your child's future education. In order to prepare your child, they've had, they should have had 4 years worth of education in Key Stage 2 that lead up to these assessments. However, because of COVID, we've actually had quite a lot of missed education. So over the past 2 years, we have been trying to build confidence through practice, trying to do catching up of the missed curriculum due to the COVID situation. We've been doing plenty of practice SATs, both informal and formal. Your child may well have been involved in interventions, both in school and after school. And pupils have worked extremely hard and they're ready for this now. So during SATs week, it's really important that your child gets a good night's sleep, that they have a good breakfast before they come to school, that they just get to school at normal time, they'll register in their forms as usual, and then they will spend just a few minutes with their English or maths teacher before their first assessment of the morning. They'll have a drink and something to eat and a quick toilet break, because once the SATs start, we can't send them to the toilet. For maths, they'll be organised into their maths rooms, so the vast majority of children will do their SATs assessments actually in the classroom that they always have maths in, with the teacher that they would always have maths with, so that it's a very familiar situation. There will be a small number of children who will do their SATs tests one-to-one. They will be collected by their designated adult and will be taken to a place in the school that's nice and quiet, where they can sit and do their assessments in a little bit more privacy in a slightly smaller group. The assessments do have to take place under exam conditions. So the papers. The arithmetic paper, which is paper 1, is the one that the children all really enjoy doing, because it's basically a paper of calculations, and the children get excellent at doing these and they really enjoy the challenge. They only have 30 minutes to complete this paper, and on the paper there are 36 questions, and in total that's out of 40 marks. 4 of the questions are always worth 2 marks, and these are always a couple of long multiplications and a couple of divisions by 2-digit numbers. It's just good old-fashioned adding, subtraction, multiplying and dividing, plus a splattering of fractions and percentages. On the screen you can see some examples of some of the questions that might come up, and as you can see here, it's just the same. So you've got a selection of percentages and addition and subtraction of fractions, as well as multiplying and dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000. Papers 2 and 3 are what we call reasoning papers. Now these are worded questions, and these questions can be on number, so that could be place value, decimals, negative numbers, that sort of stuff. They might be on shape, 2D and 3D shapes, triangles, squares, parallelograms, cuboids, cubes, that sort of thing. Coordinates, angles, or transformations, which is where you move shapes or reflect shapes. There could be questions on fractions, decimals and percentages, and ratio. There might be questions on data handling, like graphs and averages and time. And there may also be some basic algebra, but this is at a very basic level in Year 6. There are some examples of some questions over on the right-hand side you might want to have a look at. Sometimes children have to match numbers up and put them into order, smallest to largest, for example. Or they may have to add or subtract fractions. They may have to find sequences of numbers and fill the missing gaps in. They may have to read a question and apply multiple skills, like in this question 17, where they need to understand about perimeter and also about area. They may have to draw shapes like this triangle, so they'd have to need to know how to use a protractor, for example. Sometimes they have to do these very funny questions, which we like to call bubble questions. This is where your child will be asked a question and they have to explain what they know about it. So for this example here, we've got circled the prime number. So they've got to prove that they understand that they know what prime numbers are, but then also explain about what the answer would be. Sometimes the questions are worth only 1 mark, other times they're worth 2. And just like this question number 19 here, with Layla who's making her necklaces and bracelets out of beads, they're worth 3 marks. 3-mark questions require the children to do multiple steps, multiple things in order to get the answer. And the same would apply for question number 20, which you can see over on the right-hand side.